Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I wanted to tack it in there. I was going to have it in the manufactured racism. Is I met my son's father 25 years ago on the internet, on the interwebs. Anyway, he came from the Chicago area to be with me in the Baltimore area. Now we didn't live in the city, but I'm just right outside the city in a suburb. And we're riding through the city one day in the summer where people were sitting outside on the stoops, and they were made of marble. This is in this old neighborhoods in Baltimore. It's kind of neat. And that's what people did in Baltimore in the summer without air conditioning. If they didn't have it back, they sit on the stoop when they kids would play on the sidewalk. So we're riding through, and he's like, "Wow, wow!" And I thought he was wowing the architecture. And he's like, "Man, you don't ever see this in Chicago. There's whites and blacks sitting on the steps together, and their kids are playing." And I'm like, "Yeah, like." And he said, "Wow, you don't ever see this in Chicago." He said, "Man, there's roads in Chicago where there's literally white people on one side of the street and blacks on the other, and they do not mix." And I'm like, and he's like, "This is fabulous." I was like, "Yeah, okay." Then one time, I was going to go to this like radio festival, but it was like a black radio station, and this was a couple years later, I think, and I thought, I just love this music. I love this hip hop. I wanted to go down into this festival. And we went, and we're driving through, and it was like 1 million people. And we didn't see any white people. And we just started to get this really uneasy feeling. So we just kept driving and decided not to go. Is that racist? That's common sense. We could feel the air. Something had changed. And I just was we didn't have a black escort, is what I'm saying. Like, I would have only been comfortable going to this event with a black friend, which I did not have with me. So, we kept on driving. And I think it's a damn shame. Now, in hindsight, I had no business listening to that type of music anyway. But it was the point that we just knew as we were driving through and getting looked at. And we're just, while we're driving, we're like, we just knew our white asses better not get out of that fucking car and go into the middle of this festival. So we went home. And that was our first experience with fear because we were white. And we're just like, And that sucks.